Hello and welcome to Paydirt TV. I'm Dominic Piper. Today we're joined by Tim Markwell, Managing Director of a new IPO, new listing on the ASX this week in Falcon Metals. Tim, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tom.
Tim, great to see you in this new role after we've known each other a long time. It's a massive opportunity, I suppose, at Falcon. You've raised $30 million at IPO. You've also demerged these assets out of Chalice Mines, which has been so successful in the last 18 months. It must be a pretty exciting time for you, is it?
Absolutely. No, it's not very often you get an opportunity like this. As you say, raising 30 million and with a project like Pyramid Hill in Victoria with a opportunity to take over from Chalice, it was quite something.
You did mention Pyramid Hill there. That is, I suppose, the flagship project. And indeed, in many ways, for Chalice, it was a lead project until that company's remarkable Julimar discovery here in Western Australia and, of course, the restrictions around COVID. What's the plan for Falcon at Pyramid Hill? Is it really a pick-up where Chalice left off?
Yeah, no, Chalice did some fantastic work. So they picked up these permits in 2017 and they were able to do a couple of years of very good work on these. I mean, they were fairly early stage when Chalice picked them up. It was picking up a lot of the ground north of Bendigo that hadn't really been explored because it goes under some cover. So Chalice has done some fantastic work. They've proven up 4 targets. They've done diamond drilling and air core drilling. So we have lots of advanced projects to immediately start diamond drilling on in January. So we will very much be picking up where Chalice left off. But I guess we'll have a Victorian-based management team and a Victorian focus. So I think we'll be able to really give it 100% attention.
So what is the plan then? You mentioned the idea of starting diamond drilling right at the beginning of 2022. Will it go straight into these walk-up targets?
Yeah, indeed. So during the last field season, I think in July last year, Chalice announced the results of the 2021 field season, and they'd basically done some diamond drilling at the Carry prospect, which is the northernmost prospect at Pyramid Hill. It's a 4-kilometre footprint with gold and arsenic in soils, very similar to the size of footprint you get around a Fosterville style ore body. And they managed to drill a couple of diamond holes that hit some very high grade gold, including 2 meters at over 30 grams. So what our plan is to really close in on those high grade hits and vector into where we think the high grade mineralization is coming from, to really try to get an idea of where it's heading, so we can do some infill drilling and hopefully at some stage put out a resource.
So is that Fosterville, is that the sort of target that you're looking for here? I mean, obviously Kirkland Lake have had fantastic success there, and we've seen a number of the high-grade hits from juniors, but nobody's been quite able to repeat the feats of Kirkland Lake yet. Do you think Falcon can?
Yeah, so look, I think what you see with Victorian gold deposits, like most gold deposits around the world, they've all got their own characteristic, and Fosterville has its characteristic, Bendo has its style, Ballarat has its style as well. So we're not looking exactly for something like that, but what we're looking for is large mineralized systems that are more likely to host ore bodies of that sort of grade and size. I mean, those sorts of ore bodies do shed a lot of gold and arsenic from the minerals in them. And what we're doing is looking to really focus on these larger systems that are most likely to host these world-class ore bodies.
You said that you'd be trying to do some infill drilling later in the year. Then can we expect to see a resource within that first year of listing? Is that the target?
I think at this stage, look, it would be wonderful to think we could. If things go well, that's certainly a possibility. But at this stage, it's really about tightening up around the high grade and vectoring into where we think it's going. So that's our first target. Where is it going? What are the trends of it? Something like Ironbark is a little bit less advanced. That's got some very exciting air core drilling that was done by Chalice in 2021 as well. There's a prospect called Ironbark East, and that had several air core hits that were very widely spaced, but very good grades, 13 meters at 1.5, just in a very wide space reconnaissance air core hole. I mean, something like that will be sort of drilling air core around it. And the idea with that one would be to do diamond drilling towards the end of the season. So progress it like an earlier stage air core target to diamond drilling, something like Carry, where we've already got diamond drilling. Hopefully we can progress it to the point where there's an infill drilling program at some point.
It's always an advantage for a new listing to have various projects at various stages of exploration and development. Well, looking over the other side of the country, you've also got 2 projects in Western Australia, Viking and Mount Jackson. What sort of stage are they at? Do they have similar walk-up targets?
Yeah, Viking certainly does. So Viking is based in the Albany-Fraser range. So that's the same gold belt that hosts the Tropicana Gold project that Anglo Gold are mining. So Anglo Gold actually did some work on this project a while ago now. They did some air core drilling in an oxide target, got some very high-grade hits, and it hasn't really been touched since. So Falcon will be doing basically RC drilling underneath these high-grade air core holes. So these are very much walk-up targets at Viking. So it's not often you get a project like that where you can just come in and drill under some high-grade oxide hits. So that one is a walk-up drill proposition. Our other project in Western Australia is the Mount Jackson project. Now that's earlier stage. That's essentially a greenstone belt that's never been drilled, which is unusual. It's located in Southern Cross, which is a gold province in itself. It's never been drilled. Chalice has done some soil sampling over it. We've got coincident gold and arsenic in soils. So that will be a wonderful target for us to do initial air core drilling and just see what's there. So this is a project that could be anything. It's very exciting to have an unexplored greenstone belt with gold anomalies at surface.
We've certainly seen a few surprise hits and surprise success stories in that regard in WA in recent years. Tim, as well as yourself on the board, you've got Alex Dorsch, Managing Director of Chalice, and also Mark Bennett, well-renowned explorer and discoverer of deposits here in Western Australia. That obviously gives you some high-power credentials for the management team.
Yeah, and that was very much something that attracted me to this company in this role. Mark Bennett, obviously I've known Mark Bennett and I've never worked with him before, and the opportunity to work with him as my chairman was just fantastic. Plus, he now lives in Melbourne, so I've got a Melbourne-based chairman of the calibre of Mark Bennett, who I'll certainly be, enjoying working with. And then someone like Alex, who's come from just a fantastic discovery. Like Alex joined Chalice and has turned it from a sub $100 million company to an ASX 200 company with one of the world's most exciting discoveries. So I think this is just a fantastic opportunity to work with two people with wonderful reputations.
And then, of course, Andrea Betty, as CFO and Company Secretary, really rounds out a full lot of experience on the board.
Yeah, no, she's got more than 20 years experience. She's been doing this for a long time, and it's a very safe pair of hands, which is exactly what you want with a CFO and a company secretary, someone that's done it all before and seen it all before.
She'll also be overlooking, Andrea will also be overlooking $30 million in the bank. It's a hell of a lot of money for a junior, and although you've laid out a very busy schedule in front of you, is the opportunity there to pick up some other projects as well? Is that on the agenda for Falcon?
Well, I think, first of all, like $30 million was targeted right at the very start. And the reason is this is a large project area. We have more than 5,000 square kilometres, and we don't just want to be sort of doing it slowly over the next 10 years or so. We want to hit this hard. We want to be quite aggressive with our drilling. We want to really find something. So I think the traditional sort of 5 or 6 million IPO just wouldn't have worked with something like this. I think it needed to be a decent, strong balance sheet to really give it a good hard go straight from the get-go. So we're not going to really be sitting down, relaxing. We're going to be really getting the drill rigs working on Pyramid Hill and the WA projects as well. So that's first and foremost the intention, is to use that money to make a discovery at Pyramid Hill and the WA assets. But look, if you always have to keep your eyes open for new opportunities, and I'm sure if the right opportunity came along, the board would happily consider looking at other things. But our 100% focus is on the ground that we have. It's a big, strategic, valuable ground position that we have to do the best with.
I'm sure the investors who've come across with their Chalice investment will be very happy to hear that. Tim, congratulations on the IPO process and the listing. Must be a great relief to get it away before Christmas, and we look forward to keeping an eye out on the Falcon story in 2022, and hopefully we'll be able to get you back on the line later in 2022 and hear about some success.
Fantastic. Thanks, Tom.